What's up, everybody? It is Sasquatch Level 1 here, coming at you the day after my first foray into Minecraft. And boy, what a yikes adventure that was. For anybody who watched that video, I appreciate you experiencing that with me. That was really rough. So, what happened after my 15-minute attempt at playing and surviving Minecraft is for about another 2 hours. I died to various monsters, spiders. I was killed by creepers, zombies, skeletons, and even a witch, which I didn't even realize existed in this game. So that's awkward, and it was frankly it wasn't the best time. But my goal today is to share with you some of the things that I've learned over that those 2 hours. Some very basic things for surviving the night um, in your first. Seriously. Well, that there was a creeper apparently that I didn't hear at all while I was talking to you guys, but that's okay. We survived. We're doing okay. Um, Frankly, you're probably not going to need food in your first day in Minecraft, so I would just focus on one, making torches, two, making some kind of hidey hole for when it gets dark out. And honestly, props to people who are more experienced at this, but most likely in your first attempt at playing Minecraft, the the basic house made out of wood is simply not going to happen yet on your first day. So tip number one from my experience is to actually just go dig into a stone hole. So obviously, I'm going to click E so that I can see my inventory. I took a little swim in the water. That's why I've got this ink sac. But first thing that we need to do really is make a crafting table. So we're going to um, get some wood planks, first of all. And we're going to go ahead and create our crafting table because it does make things much faster if we have one of these guys. And I'm just going to throw that guy down. Second thing that I learned, took me a while to learn, is each of these boxes at the bottom of my screen here control what's in your hand and what you can use, and they're all by number, so you can toggle between them based on what number box they are. So I just put this crafting table in my first slot, clicked one, and then right clicked to set it down. So now we're going to right click to use it. And first thing that I want to make, and actually I could have done this on the 2x2 table, but we're gonna do it right here. And this will be important for making torches, which is gonna be really important when it gets dark. So basically, guys, if you don't light up your area, a monster might spawn in your house, which isn't which isn't ideal when you're trying to survive the night. So I've got some wood planks that I can make a door with. I've got some sticks. So now I'm going to go try to find some stone. First off, I need to break that down. We're actually going to, real quick, make a wood pickaxe so that we can cut stone. We're not going to be able to cut stone unless we have a pickaxe. I am not even going to make an axe at this point, honestly. It doesn't matter right now. If we end up fighting something, we're gonna be in bad shape. So up we go. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna find a place in stone that we can hide for the night. And there's actually you can see some coal over here. So I'm just going to mine some of the coal first so that we can make some torches for our house. And then I'm gonna go was exploring over here yesterday in my attempts to not die. I found a big stone thing. So we're going to try and make it over to that stone area before night falls, and then we're going to dig out that stone area to make our house. And this was just from my experience, you guys. I had a really hard time making my house, as we all saw when I was first yesterday, my first 15 minutes of the game. Things that I learned doing that. This is all gravel. I can't build in that. You have to be on top of the block to build up. So that's important to know. I'm just gonna dig in right here, and this is going to become my hidey hole for tonight. And guys, I know like Minecraft is supposed to be like fun, creative, make your own houses. I think that's awesome, but first things first, you need to survive the night. So I'm just building out a whole worst case scenario here. When it gets dark, I can just close up the hole, stick a torch inside, and I'll survive. So we're gonna go ahead and make a torch here so that I can light our impromptu house. Take the torch. That's in number 7. I'm just gonna put the torch on the wall. And now I actually want to make a door. So I'm gonna need my crafting table. We're gonna set it down right there. And to make a door, we're going to, actually this is kind of nice. Check this out. Nope, that's a shield. Here, search door. There we go, door. So we're gonna make a door. And we only needed one right there. So now we have an oak door. I'm gonna put it in my quick draw inventory. I don't know what that's actually called, but we're gonna place a door right here. And then we're going to use our cobblestone to fill it the rest of the way. I've just right-clicked on the door to open it. And honestly, obviously, I don't know what I'm doing here. I know I have to get on top of the stone to build on top of it. So that's why I just did that there. And there we go. So now we have an enclosed hidey hole. Sun's still up, which is awesome. And so now that the sun is still up and we have our hidey hole for the night so that nothing can get at us, I'm gonna go look for a sheep so that we can maybe make a bed. And actually, I'm gonna need shears to do that. Highly recommend watching an instructional video before doing this, everybody, because there simply is no other way. So shears, how do I need this? I need iron for shears. See, this is why we need this sword, because I need to find iron now, and frankly, it's just a matter of luck whether you can actually find any. And I understand that iron is primarily found on certain levels. Digging down here, so we're going to dig down. We're actually going to need a good bit more torches to do this. See, and this is why the first day is a little bit rough. The benefit of a bed, obviously, is that you can skip the nighttime. So we're going to try to do that. But to do that, we need shears so that we can get wool from a sheep to create our bed. So, anyways. And quick tip: you can't break stone with a torch. So you're probably gonna, like me, find yourself trying to break down stones with pieces of dirt, with torches, with I appear to have picked up an egg here. So just eventually, I'm sure I'll remember to toggle to the appropriate tool. As you can see, it's gotten dark out, or it's getting dark out now, so we're going to hang out in our hidey hole until it's daylight. While it is dark, I'll just share with you guys my other tips. So first tip, was to just build your house into the rock wall somewhere. Reasons for that: one, honestly, figuring out laying down the wood blocks took me way too long in my first attempt at playing this game. Two, you're gonna need to harvest stone anyways at some point, so you might as well, I guess, kill two birds with one stone. Make your like caveman cave, and then you can also make some tools while it's dark out before you've been able to make a bed. So first thing that I'm going to do here is actually make a stone pickaxe so that we can cut through things a little bit faster. Okay. Cool. Really important earlier on, if possible, is to create, oh, dang it. I have created a hole. Whoopsies. Alrighty, is to create a chest so that if you do get killed by a monster while you're away from your house, you've saved at least something so that you don't have to start with punching the trees again. Tell you how many times it took me to die and lose all of my gear before figuring this one out. It's a bit outrageous. And honestly, I should have put torches around this house, but I didn't. Hopefully a creeper doesn't come by and blow me up. So, like I said, it's great to have a chest so that when you are killed, you don't lose all of your stuff and have to go back to punching trees again. Because let me tell you, that is not the most fun thing. Once you've already learned how to make one of these wooden pickaxes, once you've already gotten a wooden axe, it's kind of a pain in the rear to have to go do that again and start from scratch. So we're going to make a small chest. Awesome. And I'm just going to place it down over here where hopefully it won't get blown up. But I understand Minecraft is about taking risks, at least to some extent, so so what are we going to do with our chest? We're going to store, I'm going to store my wooden pickaxe so that if or when I die, I can come back, grab it, and I won't have to start from total scratch. Same thing with my materials, my resources that I've been able to gather. I don't want to have to re-mine for my cobblestone, so I'll just leave it in the chest. I probably am not going to need that cobblestone while I'm mining or going around exploring, so I'll just leave that there. And I'm actually going to go ahead and make an axe. Oh, get my cobblestone. We're going to make a stone axe just in case while we're exploring we do end up needing it. So here's the axe. Grab that, and I'm going to go ahead and make these oak logs into more planks, and I'm going to make not what I wanted to do. More sticks. That's what we wanted to do. Steep learning curve, people. So I'm also going to go ahead and make a wooden axe that I'm going to put into the chest for later if I die. So into the chest it goes. And I'm going to go ahead and put my cobblestone in there. This dirt, we really aren't going to be, we're not going to use that for anything. We'll get rid of it later. Alrighty, so tip number 1 was just build your house into a bit of stone. Tip number 2 was create a chest and put all the things that you aren't using at this very moment into the chest so that when you die, you can come back and get it and not have to punch trees to make it all from fresh from new. Oh, third Third tip, check what direction you're going when you leave your house. I mean, I can't tell you that. I mean, the number of times that I died because I decided to go exploring to try to find iron, and instead I got lost and I couldn't make it back to my house by the time. Look, I'm trying to break things down with dirt again. Got lost, couldn't make it back to my house before um, dark, and then got killed by something. Gosh, that was freaking frustrating. Uh, and there is a certain amount of panic that happens also. Maybe you guys won't panic like I do. I'll panic whenever I hear a zombie. It's pretty spooky. Uh, and then also when I get caught out at night, and then that's not very helpful. So I've just trapped myself a little bit here, which isn't great. Uh, okay. That's okay, we can place the cobblestone. No problem. We're gonna make it back up. Okay. There. Alrighty, well, I hope everybody has learned something. I'm obviously still learning, but our three tips: don't get lost, check your direction. How do we do that? We're gonna go F3, and then we can check the coordinates. That's the XYZ that you see on the left-hand side. You can see what biome you're in. You can see I'm in gravelly mountains. And you can also check the direction that you're facing. So I didn't go very far from my initial hidey hole that I created, so I know where I'm at. Um, but that is definitely something that took me yesterday at least to learn, at least 2 hours of my playtime yesterday to figure out that I needed to check what direction I was going in and keep track of my coordinates before I left the house so that I don't get lost. Um, Tip two, make a chest, put your stuff in it. Trust me. And tip three, build into the stone for your first house. You can build something really pretty afterwards, but survive the first night. If you're slow like me, this is probably the fastest way to do it. And as you guys probably saw, it got dark pretty quickly after I built this guy up. And once you've built in your hidey hole, you guys can explore down here. Obviously, I'm still figuring out how to quickly dig down, but you should be able to find iron if you go down far enough, and then you may find a cave going down there. Just make sure to light your way so that monsters don't spawn uh, in the dark there. So it's day out. It's time. There may still be monsters about, so I'm gonna. Yep, you can see one. Look at that. That's crazy. Monsters roaming around outside of my house, but they will catch fire with the sunlight, and we should be able to survive those and make it. Ah! Seriously, guys, the noises are so scary, but then you see the monster graphics, and it's just hilarious. Um, so, anyways, this was day two. You can see there's a monster on fire out there. Awesome. This was day two. This is my my That's an Enderman. Those guys are apparently really spooky. I haven't been killed by one of those yet, but I'm sure we will be soon enough. This was my review after day one of playing Minecraft, and I hope all you very newbie Minecraft players like me have taken something away from this. Anyways, I will catch you guys next time.